And I'm delighted to say that Gloin are back in the room. Hello, Gloin.
Hello. Hi.
We'll get to the name later, don't you worry. John, would you like to introduce your bandmates, please?
Yeah, I'm John. Our keyboard player is Kalina. Vic plays bass, and Simon plays the drums.
Okay. Vic, can I ask you, are you a fan of Peter Hook's oeuvre at all?
No.
Right, okay.
Not a fan, but just don't know.
Do you not know Joy Division?
Okay, I know Joy Division, I just don't know the individuals.
Okay, just your bass sound reminds me of early Peter Hook, and he also used to play a low-slung Rickenbacker like that, so I just wondered if there was a bit of that going on, but there isn't, is there?
I mean, no, I definitely like that sound, but I don't usually dive into who's who.
Right, you're not fussed.
Yeah.
You're not formed a fan club then?
Yeah.
No, okay, I'll tell him. So we need to say thank you at this point in time to Rico, who introduced me to your music in the first place.
Yeah.
Because you came over, and he goes to so many gigs, and he promotes gigs. You're playing the Continental on his behalf in the near future, and I've got your tour dates here. But he goes to loads of gigs, and he's one of the very few people who I actually trust their opinion, And he saw you playing at the skate park.
Yeah, for Melchester, which is put on by the label Sour Grapes Records.
Right, okay. And so was that particular appearance, was that part of the first tour that you've ever done over here? Was that the first time over?
Yeah, that was the first time we came over. We played in Brighton for a festival.
The Great Escape.
The Great Escape, yeah, that one. And then, just in Manchester. But my parents live in the UK, so we went over to Scotland where they live and hung out after the fact too, yeah.
Whereabouts?
They're in Dundee.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. David Byrne territory, I think.
Yeah, and I have the same birthday as him.
Well, there you go. This is spooky.
Right?
I even need to get an exorcist in, I think. And so you're from Toronto.
Yep.
And also you are friends with La Sécurité.
Yeah, they're on the same label as us.
Yeah, and they came and played for us not so very long ago. But, listening to your music and listening to you in Soundcheck particularly, I mean, the records are great. You're ferocious live, just absolutely brilliant. But also, and I don't know if it is a coincidence, but you do put me in mind of Crack Cloud and Novel. And Crack Cloud and Novel are kind of part and parcel of the same thing, aren't they? There's various same DNA within. Is there any kind of camaraderie and kinship between you lot? Do you know those bands? Do you cross-pollinate with them?
Crack Cloud, no, neither of them, but Crack Cloud, yeah, fellow Canadians. Yeah, they're in Calgary, I think.
Yeah, Canada's very big, physically, So just because someone's from Calgary rarely would ever cross paths with them.
Yeah.
Well, that's a joke about Scotland, isn't it? Where supposedly Americans think that if you come from Scotland, you know everybody else who lives in Scotland. And
considerably smaller.
Yeah, considerably. And I'm not of that ilk. But anyway, so the album is called All of Your Anger Is Actually Shame, and I bet that makes you angry.
Correct.
That's some title. Who came up with it?
Me.
Okay. Where did you make that up, or is it a reference to something else?
I did make it up. Yeah.
Okay. Right, yes. Okay. Would you like to explain it?
Yeah. It's kind of just, I think that it came to me when I was thinking about when dudes get really masculine angry and they're really trying to show something, but that's not really, you can obviously just tell they're upset and they're too ashamed to feel that hurt, to say that hurt me.
Right. I'm with you.
But I relate to that personally, and I've kind of worked through a lot of that.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a sensitive soul.
Yeah.
Are you getting that? You're picking that up?
Yeah.
Of course you are, right, okay. And so when I first started playing the band, I was flitting between, and to be fair, the audience didn't help, because I didn't know if it was Gloin, as in a play on words, Gloin, or Gloin. And then people say, no, it's definitely Glowing. And okay, so I stuck with that for a while. And then somebody said, no, it's Gloin, you idiot. And right, okay. Then, John, you got back and said, no, it is Gloin. Where does it come from?
I have a tendency of hearing something somewhere and then forgetting about it and then thinking I made something up. And it's from Lord of the Rings. It's Gimli's dad.
Right, you see, now I find that intriguing because, you know, if you did know who, I mean, I've seen Lord of the Rings, but I don't know the characters in it and The Hobbit and all of that.
Yeah.
But if you were to see a band's name written down and it was Gloin, you might think they were like Gong, like, you know, little hippies, kind of, you know, wearing kaftans and
For sure.
burning incense, but you're not.
Definitely not.
So, it's slightly misleading for anybody who knows the reference point. But always a surprise. That's nice. And so here we go. We've got your tour dates. We've just mentioned that you're playing in Preston. But you've got on the 7th, you've got Shacklewell Arms in London. On the 8th, Stereo in Glasgow. On the 9th, the Mash House in Edinburgh. The 10th, you're playing the Think Tank in Newcastle. The 11th, Deaf Institute in Manchester. The 12th, the Continental High Rico in Preston. The 13th, the Moth Club in London. Finishing off at the Wedgwood Rooms in Portsmouth on the 14th of October.
Correct.
All those dates. Great. Okay, well, you've got 3 songs to do for us, so I'm looking forward to this. Please do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.